I am Will Scott. We have some breaking news here on Dolphins Today. Dolphins safety Byron Jones has been placed on injured reserve after injuring his knee in last night's win over the Steelers. He's going to miss at least the next 4 games and could miss a lot more time than that. Barry Jackson tweeting this out just moments ago from Mike McDaniel's press conference. Mike McDaniel said Byron Jones is going on IR. Not a huge shock. We saw the injury last night. He did not return. We still do not know the specifics about the injury, the significance of the injury. All we know at this point is he's going to miss at least the next 4 games. And guys, if you've been familiar with our channel, you know how we roll here on Dolphins Today. When Dolphins news breaks, we get you guys a video ASAP. Regardless of where I'm at, we get you guys a vid. Go down, subscribe to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button. Barry Jackson also tweeted this out in terms of what Mike McDaniel said. McDaniel said there is some lingering college stuff that is complicating the issue. I'm not too excited about it. Said he is hesitant to rule him out of the year before getting more information. So Byron Jones, again, left the game last night against the Steelers with a knee injury. ProFootballDoc, who is very good at what he does, the Chargers team doc for 20 years, he'll get a video diagnosis practically within minutes. He'll look at a video and be able to diagnose an injury. He speculated that it could be a torn ACL. A heavy majority of the time, ProFootballDoc is right. However, there's some times where he's wrong. He was wrong about Zach Wilson. Hopefully he's wrong about Jones. Jones received an MRI this morning, but he has not been ruled out for the season yet. So we're still kind of waiting here for the significance of the injury, but he has been sent to injured reserve. Yet another member of the Dolphins secondary going down here. What is your one-word reaction to the news? We talked about the injury on the post-game show last night. I said we're going to learn more information today, and we have learned a little bit more information. What is your one-word reaction to Jones going to IR? Again, the latest member of the Dolphins secondary to be injured here. Trill Williams and Nik Needham are out for the year. Not to mention Mackenzie Alexander. He's not on here because he's no longer a member of the team. They let him go. But Mackenzie Alexander was the Trill Williams replacement. After Trill tore his ACL in the preseason opener, you sign Mackenzie Alexander, and then he suffers a season-ending injury in his first game as a Dolphin. Nik Needham tore his Achilles the week prior to this week. He is out. Byron Jones is dealing with an ankle injury. Still had that off-season cleanup surgery. We have an update on him that we're going to provide later on in the show, so stay tuned for that in a second. Kader Kohou has missed the last 2 games with an oblique injury. Keion Crossen missed yesterday with a knee injury. Now Byron Jones with a knee has been sent to IR. This might be the biggest blow yet with Byron Jones. He's probably the best player on that list, and he is going to miss some significant time here. I mean, at least the next 4 weeks. I think it might be the rest of the season. Mike McDaniel did not comment on that, but gosh, my voice is completely gone from last night's watch party. If you join the watch party, you know what I'm talking about. But Mike McDaniel did not comment on that, but it does not sound good for Byron Jones. So that's why I think it might be the biggest blow yet. You have one of the best safety tandems in the league with Jones and Holland, and you're going to lose one of those 2 guys for a long time here. But at least you have Eric Rowe. If we want to talk about the positive here, is you have a pretty good guy to come in and replace Jones, and this is why he did not trade Eric Rowe in the offseason. We talked about Rowe being traded a lot in the offseason. He kept him. Good thing he did, because he's going to slide in here and be a starting safety for you, along with Javon Holland. You also have Clayton Fejedelem and Elijah Campbell. I put Verone McKinley III on here. Even though he's not on the 53-man roster yet, I do think this means he is going to be elevated. I do believe that it's possible. I think it's likely even if Jones is out for the year, they will elevate Verone McKinley to the 53-man roster, or at least elevate him from the practice squad again next week. He got 16 snaps last night. Eric Rowe got 17. Clayton Fejedelem got 18. Fejedelem had a heck of a game, man. Clayton Fejedelem was one of the unsung heroes of last night, had a couple really big pass breakups. He actually got more snaps than Eric Rowe, which was a little bit surprising. But those 3 guys split snaps. When Jones went out, they all played decently well. I really like Verone McKinley, the undrafted free agent out of Oregon. He had no business Being an undrafted free agent, though, when you look at what he did at Oregon, he was one of the best players in the country, tied for the FBS lead in interception. So he's a guy that can come in and fill that void decently well if needed. But should the Dolphins trade for a safety? You got the trade deadline coming up in a week. Should the Dolphins trade for a safety, add some depth at this position? Type T for trade or type P for pass down in the comment section. Go down, let me know what you think. It is the pinned comment. Reply to it when you get a second. I would say P for pass, and here's why. You have some depth here at safety. Clayton Fejedelem's okay. Verone McKinley's as solid as they come out off the practice squad. And Eric Rowe is one of the better third safeties in the league, if you will. Now he's going to be one of the, your two safeties, but he's one of the better backup safeties in the league. So I do not think the Dolphins need to trade for a safety. Jesse Bates, I don't think the Bengals are going to deal him. We've talked about him a little bit. I'm typing P for pass. I think you should trade for a corner instead or a left guard. We'll talk about some more trade rumors in the next week leading up to the trade deadline. Guys, you can go bet on the Fins all season long. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Dolphins125 to pick up a 125% deposit bonus. That means if you put $100 into your account, you're going to start with $225 in your account. Great deal. Go and take advantage of it. I think we all... Well, the Dolphins did cover last night, so I guess I can't say that. I don't think we all made money last night, but they're going to make some money for you this weekend. Chatsports.com/bet. That's the promo code. Let's get an update now on Byron Jones. Barry Jackson tweeted this out earlier. McDaniel said Byron Jones is not ready to practice and that it's frustrating for all parties. He added this, said it's lower leg, the same body part that was surgically repaired in March. Said he hasn't had a setback, just a long road to recovery. Those things respond differently for different people. So Jones not coming back anytime soon. It's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. I don't think we're getting Will Fullard, but this is really frustrating. He had this cleanup surgery in March. It was very minor. It's like, I've had a cleanup knee surgery. I was back playing tennis in a month. I'm not trying to compare myself to Jones here, but like a cleanup surgery is not supposed to be that big of a deal. It's a cleanup surgery in the offseason. It was in March. He's supposed to be ready by training camp in August. Wasn't ready by training camp. Wasn't ready by week 1. Wasn't ready to come off PUP in week 5 when he was activated. Wasn't ready to come off this week either. It's really frustrating, and it's obviously a big blow to the Dolphins secondary not to have him out there, especially with all these other injuries. Is Byron Jones going to play this season? Type Y for yes or type N for no. 2 weeks ago I said I'm going to type Y for yes. Now I'm saying N for no. I do not think Byron Jones is going to play this season, which is just brutal. Let's talk about Austin Jackson now. Will he play again this season? McDaniel says he does not expect Jackson to practice this week. He was placed on injured reserve after the Patriots win in week 1. We have not seen him since. He was designated to return 12 days ago, as Barry Jackson notes here. Producer Patrick Seaman noted that we've all these Barry Jackson socials. Maybe Barry Jackson should just co-host the show next time. Austin Jackson on day 12 of a 21-day clock, after which he must be put on 53 or kept on IR, is likely not going to practice this week. McDaniel said he expects him to play this season. So he's got 21 days total, 9 more days to be put on the 53, or he's out for the rest of the season, is my understanding. So that is worth noting here. Hopefully he's able to go here in the next week, or he might not come back this season, as we take a look at the offensive line depth chart. Brandon Shell, his PFF grade was not good, surprisingly. I thought he did a pretty solid job filling in for AJ last night. It was a big upgrade over Greg Little. Having Armstead back at left tackle was just huge. I mean, Teron Armstead might be second to Tua as the most valuable player on this team. I'm serious. Having him out there is huge. Liam Eichenberg's a joke. Connor Williams, I got to give him credit. Give credit where credit's due. He played well last night. His PFF grade's good. It's funny, though, because, the same people that were criticizing me for saying Connor had bad PFF grades because they said, well, you can't, that's not a good metric, are now praising Connor for his PFF grades. You can't have it both ways. Robert Hunt did a good job at right guard. We love our guy, Robert Hunt. The Dolphins' offensive line yesterday, believe it or not, producer Patrick Seaman, did not allow one sack. Let's go. Let's go, Fins. That is outstanding. You love to see it. Shout out to the Dolphins' offensive line. Really impressed with what they were able to do yesterday. And what happened, too, was pretty much untouched. Yeah, he kind of got hit on those 2 scrambles. Probably should have slid, but that's okay. He's fine. But give the Dolphins offensive line a lot of credit. Tua had time. Tua played well in the first half at least, but Big thing is Tua stayed healthy, and the offensive line, if they play well, they're going to keep Tua healthy. But I don't know if you need to trade for a right tackle anymore. I know we've talked about Taylor Moton here on the channel, but I feel pretty good about Brandon Shell being the backup swing tackle, maybe even the starting tackle, even after Austin Jackson comes back. But you got to upgrade at the guard position. I don't think Liam Eichenberg is that guy.